好啦，到第2份卷啦，我哋睇一睇個閱讀理解先啦。就係 computer games good or bad? For both adults and children, computer games are a worldwide obsession. Obsession 咧，即係意思咧好沉迷嘅啲人會。OK, obsession。你睇啦 ，obsession 咧係解好着迷啊，令人好不斷諗住一樣嘢嘅意思。For gamers, computer games are not only sources of entertainment, but educational activities that advance one's abilities at problem solving and analytical skills。即係話對於啲遊戲玩家咧，佢哋覺得電腦遊戲咧就唔單止 not only an entertainment， 即係唔單止好玩啊，就係兼且咧仲要係有 educational activities， 即係佢覺得咧呢個係有即係教學成分，咁同埋可以 advances， 即係 helps 咁嘅意思啦 ，helps one's abilities at problem solving， 即係話咧打機可以令到你解決困難啦，另外亦都可以增加你嘅 analytical skills。咩意思咧？即係解要識得咩叫 analytical skills 啦，係佢要知道 analyse 嘅意思。analyse 咧就係解分析啦，咁而 analytical skills 咧就會係解呢一個分析嘅能力啦。Analytical 咧係 means relating to or using an analysis or logical reasoning， 即係要有個分析嘅能力，有 related to logical reasoning， 即係嗰啲邏輯思維。咁基本上啲打機嘅人咧就喺度認為咧就會即係打機可以增進即係你可以解難嘅一個嘅方法啦，同埋可以咧令到你咧有批判性思考，能夠分辨到嘢。For those that disapprove of computer games， 咁有啲人就當然係唔贊成㗎啦。OK， 咁啊贊成嘅人咧就係啲 computer gamers， 即係嗰啲 gamers 就係贊成嘅。咁唔贊成嗰啲咧就 for those that disapprove of computer games, they distract people from real world， 即係覺得個批評係乜嘢啊？就係覺得佢哋咧令到啲人咧完全係極度沉迷 ，distract people from real world。Having a negative effect on one's individual social interactions， 即係覺得佢啲人咧，即係啲反對嘅人咧，多數係好多啲家長啦，就會覺得啲遊戲機咧，啲遊戲咧係影響啲細路仔嘅一啲社交能力啦 ，social interactions， 即係 their social abilities。好啦，我哋睇一睇呢個第一條問題啦，應該係第二題，咁睇睇呢個第二題。According to the text, why might computer games worsen someone's ability to socialize？ socialize 即係同人哋去，即係同人哋識朋友 means make friends。咁點解打機就會令人哋唔可以同人哋即係識 friends 咧？令我哋睇翻前邊啦。咁佢有講過話 having a negative effect on an individual's social interaction， 其實最主要就係前面嗰句咯，就係 because 啦，computer games distract means 分散 ，OK 分散啲人嘅注意力，令到佢哋咧脫離呢個 real world， 即係令到佢哋咧唔可以係即係覺得好似存在喺虛幻之中咁嘅意思。咧，我哋呢個答案咧就會係點解啦？咁要問你 why 啦，咁你就寫翻啦。This is because computer games。頭先我哋講過啦，就係 distract 即係分散啊！如果唔識嘅寫低 distract people from the real world， 即係令到佢哋咧同佢現實咧好似有啲距離，即係完全係投入唔到呢個社會，咁於是咪唔可以同人哋做朋友咯。好啦，我哋再睇埋嗰個文章啦。In scientific studies into behavioral effects of computer game playing, it has been shown that computer games can enhance an individual's hand-eye coordination。呢一度咧，佢就講咗咧，就係話用啲科學嘅研究去講啦，就係話咧，打遊戲機咧就係可以 enhance means increase， 可以增加啲人嘅乜嘢咧 hand-eye coordination。咩叫 hand-eye 咧？即係手眼嘅協調啊。咁啊唔識寫低啦，咁就係話咧隻眼同埋隻手咧協調會比較好啲，因為你打機不斷要好多個 action。咁呢一個咧正係有一題嘅答案。咁我哋睇一睇條問題。係啦，呢一度咧就係講話 according to the text, what physical movements can a computer game have on a gamer？ 即係究竟有啲乜嘢身體嘅即係改善咧？即係因為你打機咧。 係可以有身體嘅 improvement， 即係 increase 你嗰個身體嗰個能力咧，就係頭先我哋嗰個 hand-eye coordination 啦。咁所以咧就係咁你會寫翻呢度啦。computer game can 咁啊有咩 improvement 咧？improve gamers 或者用翻呢個後邊gamer 啦，gamers 咁咧就係手眼協調啦。咁記住 hand-eye coordination 即係話咧能夠可以協調佢嘅即係手同眼嗰個嘅動作，就令到可以能夠去打波或者做其他嘢咧都好啲啦。我哋睇埋落去咯。The commonly held conception 即係佢哋嘅概念啊，即係 the idea， 即係其實都等於 idea， 即係話一般啲人有嘅概念咧，就係乜嘢咧 ？That computer games simply provide instant pleasure has been disproven 咧，嗱 prove 點解咧？即係證明啊嘛 ，prove I can prove this to you， 但係 disproven 咧就係被人哋推翻咗咁嘅意思啦 ，disproven。睇啦 ，disprove 同 disproven 咧，即係話證明咧係虛假，係證明係錯誤咁嘅意思。咁即係咩意思咧？就係話好多人覺得打機咧就係 simply provide， 即係 only simply， 即係淨係單只係令到你即係嗰一刻好開心嘅啫，其實係冇作用，係嘥時間。即係好多人都覺得打機係嘥時間啦。咁呢一樣嘢咧，原來係俾人哋 disproven， 即係有人推翻咗呢一個嘅講法。咁我哋而家睇翻咧，下邊有一條問題啦，就係第一條啦。What criticism 咧，即係批評啦 of computer games does the text reveal to be false？ 即係究竟有啲乜嘢批評咧，就係俾人哋 reveal， 即係 show， 即係 show 話俾我哋聽啦，係錯嘅啦。咁其實就係頭先我哋 disproven 嗰個嘅 disproven 嗰一句啦。咁我哋睇翻咧就係乜嘢啊？就係、原來打機點樣咧？就係、computer games simply provide instant pleasure 呢一樣嘢咧，就係 has been disproven 啦。即係話由打機淨係提供一啲 instant， 即係 means immediate， 即係即刻當時嘅 immediate pleasure， 即係 happiness。OK， 即係話淨係當時好開心嘅啫，之後就冇作用噶啦。呢一樣嘢咧係被人推翻咗嘅。咁所以我哋睇一睇第一題嘅答案咧，就係what's criticism 啦，就係咁佢問你 does 啊嘛，咁所以由呢個 the text 呢個開始寫啦。The text reveals that computer games simply provide instant pleasure， 即係話咧嗰個文章呢個 text 即係文章啦 ，show 話俾我哋聽咧，遊戲機淨係提供即刻即係當時嘅快樂咧。OK， 咁呢一個咧就係淨係得可以提供你下快樂呢一樣嘢咧係 to be false。咁其實呢一句咧係點樣擘開去寫咧？就係 the text reveal 啲乜嘢嘢 to be false。OK， 即係話個 show 嗰個文章 show 到乜嘢嘢係文章裏邊提及過嘅係錯誤嘅。咁所以你就會將 reveals that 嘅呢個答案啦 ，the computer games simply provide instant pleasure 呢一樣嘢攝咗喺呢一個中間，然後咧再寫 to be false， 咁你就會知道咧就可以係啱啦呢個答案。OK， 咁有文章話咧唔係淨係提供即時嘅快樂，仲有好多好處㗎。咁所以就係即係推翻咗呢一句説話啦。好啦，我哋接住讀埋落去啦。咁佢就話啦 ，It has been argued that the games require sustained attention and demand of the players large degrees of patience and focus。即係話咧，其實咧打機咧係需要你咧就好多即係要留心啦，同埋要有好多耐性啦，同埋要集中精神。咁其實打機就即係總之一路講就係打機好多好處啦。 This suggests that someone who plays lots of computer games will actually have more developed attention capabilities. Capabilities means abilities. 即係話咧，如果有啲人咧係能夠打好多機嘅話咧，係會有即係佢哋嘅集中力咧係會更好。OK， have more developed attention capabilities than someone who does not. In fact, recent studies into the educational function of computer games have caused some to consider reforming the American education system to incorporate computer games into everyday lessons in schools. 即係話咧。因為佢即係意思其實一路都講話打機好好啦，咁即係話咧就話可以能夠發展人哋嘅集中力啦，就而嗰啲人咧唔打機就冇咁多集中力啦。事實上咧就係話咧喺教育方面啦，就可以咧就 cause some to consider， 即係令到一啲譬如老師或者係啲即係可能政府官員啊之類，就要去考慮啊呢個字解。Reforming 咧 means 即係 changing。即係去改變呢個美國嘅教育制度啦 ，to incorporate 即係咧 to use 咁嘅意思啦，即係用一啲喺每日嘅堂裏邊都有啲打機嘅一啲時間去令到佢哋用遊戲去學習咁樣嘅意思。咁即係話覺得打機其實即係遊戲機咧都係可以用嚟學習，令到佢哋專注力高啲啦，同埋令到佢哋咧其實個好處就係喺呢度講咗㗎，就係佢話個好處就係能夠可以 develop attention 啦。亦都會能夠 develop 嘅 patience 啊、focus 啊嗰啲，即係總之係打機啦，仲有 hand-eye coordination， 所有綠色嗰啲咧，都係呢個文章講嘅好處。接住啦 ，but computer games remain a controversial topic， 即係 that means 咧係一個好多人喺度講啊，具爭論性的。我哋睇一睇。睇啦，呢一個 controversial 係解乜嘢咧？好有爭議，即係個個會喺度大討論嘅意思 controversial。咁好啦，即係話咧好具爭議性啦。Some political and religious groups have objected to the levels of violence that some computer games involve。即係話咧呢個 political 即係政治，而 religious 咧就係指一啲宗教嘅團體咧就 object to， 即係 that means said no， 即係 means 話唔準啊，唔準佢哋點解咧擺咁多嗰啲暴力嘅成分落去，即係好多時啲打機嗰啲遊戲咧都會係即係同人殺人啊、打人啊咁樣啦。They feel that games of this kind encourage violent behaviour among the youth of today。即係話咧啲遊戲咧就只會鼓勵一啲唔好嘅行為啦，所以係會即係唔好啦。呢個係一啲唔好嘅感覺 ，encourage 即係會即係鼓勵啲人係有啲暴力嘅行為。Other critics 咧係解一啲評論員。啲批評者，即係一啲唔中意打機，即係覺得唔中意人哋打機嘅人咧，就係叫 critics 啦。Other critics accuse video games of resulting in addiction。咩叫 addiction 咧？即係令佢哋沉迷，令佢哋咧咩意思咧？上癮咁嘅意思係 dependency。OK， 令到佢哋咧係unable to control themselves。Something that also results in violent behaviour， 即係令到佢哋咧會打人嘅暴力傾向啊有。on these grounds， 即係咧呢個咩叫 on these grounds 咧？唔係即係地下，即係 based on these reasons 咁樣嘅意思。Some computer games are subject to censorship or age restrictions， 即係話咧啲人咧係會 censor， 即係會有會睇過啦。經過人哋去做一個審查啦，有個審查檢查嘅制度啦。跟住之後咧，就或者係會有 age restriction， 即係禁止某啲歲數嘅細路咧去打呢啲機啦。咁我哋而家睇一睇呢個下邊有幾題咧都可以答到啦已經。第3題啦 ，Give one reason provided by the text for age restrictions on computer games。點解有個原因啲人要禁止啲人去即係有個歲數嘅，即係有啲人係譬如唔到18歲就唔可以打某啲機，點解咁做咧？咁其實文章就最主要係講咗點解咧。 好啦，呢一度咧就係最主要講咗啦。佢話 on these grounds 即係基於呢個原因，咁其實主要係兩個原因，所以要有即係歲數嘅限制啦。咁第一個原因咧就係嗰個係 may result in addiction，即係令人沉迷啦。第二個原因咧就係 result in violence behaviour，即係佢哋嘅暴力傾向。咁所以即係佢叫你 give one reason 啦，咁你就會只需要一個咧就係你可以寫翻咧 one reason，即係等於問你 why 啦。This 應該係 this is because computer games are addictive， 即係意思咧係會會令人沉迷㗎啦。頭先我有講過are addictive 啦，addictive 啦，又或者咧 this is because computer games playing computer games may result in violent behaviour， 即係第二個啦 ，violent behaviour， 即係會令到你有一個暴力嘅，即係會啲行為比較會暴力，有暴力嘅傾向啦。好啦，我哋睇埋最尾兩段啦。佢話 It is certainly the case that computer games are becoming increasingly popular as time goes by。即係話咧，電子遊戲咧係越嚟越普及 ，increasingly popular 即係好普及。Nowadays, these games are more accessible than ever before。即係話咧係比起以前咧係更容易，即係掌握到可以更容易去玩 accessible 啦 ，accessible 咧可以當然係解容易到達嘅。咁但係呢一個係容易獲得嘅意思，即係第二個 meaning，easy to obtain or use， 即係好容易就用到或者好容易就負擔，但係俾大家都可以用到或者係玩到嘅意思啦。咁所以咧 ，we all carry around mini game consoles around in our pockets wherever we go。即係話我哋有啲好細嘅 console， 即係嗰啲機啊，即係嗰啲 machine。OK， 即係 game console， 即係嗰啲我哋啲細嘅遊戲機啦。The global spending on mobile gaming increased from $5.6 billion in 2004 to $13.5 billion in 2008。咁即係話咧，就係啲人係打機係手機，因為啲人手機裏邊都有遊戲機啊嘛。咁而家變咗就唔需要另外再帶一個遊戲機出去玩啦。咁我睇下第四題啦。What is one reason why the amount spent on computer games in the world has risen recent years？ 咁點解會越嚟越多人咧？因為點解咧？其實就好簡單嘅，因為頭先我哋講話，即係而家我哋有好多人都有 mini console 啦，即係 because people have mini game consoles 啦 ，and also they have mobile phones。咁其實最主要係呢兩個原因，所以就不斷增加啦，即係啲人好多人使咗好多錢喺遊戲機上邊。咁樣咧就係This is because a lot of people have mini game consoles or mobile phones。好啦，跟住到最後剩翻一題啦，第五題啦。就係睇埋呢一段啦。If this increase in popularity and availability continues， 即係話呢個供應嘅呢個字解。Maybe one day computer games will be considered as good for the mind as reading a book， 即係話打機同睇書一樣都係咁有益。Maybe one day computer game programmers will be seen as great artists， 即係話咧嗰啲設計遊戲嗰啲嘅程式員咧，亦都可能係一個好偉大嘅，即係話佢哋係啲藝術家咁嘅意思。咁所以你會見到咧，其實即係佢其實成篇文啊，唔係淨係最尾啊，都係對打機呢樣嘢咧係覺得係持一個好正面嘅態度。咁所以 do you think the article ends on a positive and positively 呢個多咗 positively or negatively？ 咁應該咧就會係 I think the article ends positively， 即係好正面啦。Because The writer says that programmers might be thought of as great artists。亦都可以講話咧，就係話嗰個咧，就係亦都可以講話係可以講話呢一句嘅，亦都係就係話 computer games will be considered as good for the mind as reading a book 都得，又或者 computer game programmers will be seen as great artists 都得。咁呢一兩句咧，即係呢一句同呢一句咧，都係證明咧係最尾嗰個係非常之 positive 嘅，即係覺得打機係 end positively 係打機咧係一件好事嚟嘅。好啦，到呢一個啦，就呢個就比較淺嘅閱讀理解啦。咁why were Sophie's family hungry？ 咁呢個其實第一個答案咧，最主要咧就係話佢話 they were getting hungry。咁最主要嘅原因咧就係 because they were spending the whole day walking around the city。咁 around 邊度咧 ？Tokyo。咁寫翻啦。咁最主要咧就係佢咧。They have been 就係唔需要 this was because， 因為呢個係一個 short answer， 咁就係話 they have been walking around， 就唔可以就 walking around 喎，一定要寫埋 Tokyo 嘅喎，all day。好啦，咁到 why did the family decide to stop at a burger restaurant？ 咁點解要去食 burger 咧？就係因為咧 because 佢又講啦 ，burgers were Sophie's favourite food， 咁係佢最中意嘅嘢啦。咁所以咧 burgers were Sophie's favourite food 就已經講咗啦。第三 ，if you ordered a burger from Ben's Burgers, you would also get 乜嘢咧 ？You would also get all burgers served in bread roll with fries and onion rings。咁所以咧呢一度咧 ，you would also get 乜嘢咧 ？fries 啦，薯條啦 ，and onion rings。第四啦 ，Sophie's brother is a vegetarian， 即係意思係解素食者 ，and he likes spicy food. Which burger should he choose？ 咁佢係一個素食者啦，亦都好中意啲咩叫 spicy， 即係好辣嘅嘢。咁應該係要揀乜嘢咧？就會係你會見到咧係 vegetarian burger 啦，因為佢有 spicy 嘅 relish。睇睇 relish 啦 ，relish 就係呢一種啦，即係嗰種切咗啲綠色嗰種嘅一種嘅配菜。咁同埋咧 ，American hot burger 都係嘅，因為佢有 spicy relish 啦，亦都有 hot chili sauce 啦，咁同埋都可以有 vegetarian burger， 咁所以咧呢兩個都得。咁which burger should he choose 咧？你可以講係 American 或者係vegetarian burger 都可以嘅。第五題啦，咁佢話 Sophie's dad is very hungry and wants to order the biggest burger on the menu. Which burger should he choose？ 咁佢就話要 order 最大嗰個啦。咁你會見到 Ben's special burger 就係 two handmade beef burgers with lettuce。所以咧就係兩個，即係佢係呢個係 special burger 係應該係最大㗎啦。咁所以就係應該係寫翻 Ben's special burger 就係應該係the biggest burger 啦。How many cheese can you have with the cheeseburger？ 咁呢一度咧就講咗 cheeseburger 啦。咁佢有講過 handmade beef burger with lettuce, tomato, spice, relish and your choice of American cheese, blue cheese or 因為佢用 or 啦，咁所以答案咧係只可以有一種嘅啫。到 tenses 啦，呢度第一個啦 ，Mike sat in the window seat gazing。點解要 gazing？gazing means looking， 因為咧你會見到 sit there doing something。He couldn't imagine a life away from his house。He 乜嘢咧？嗱呢個古仔咧就已經用緊 simple past 㗎啦。 咁即係話由以前嗱呢一個時間就而家喺度，但係佢而家坐喺度，但係佢由以前已經開始喺度住㗎啦嘛。咁所以咧，佢呢個 spend 呢一個咧係要用 had spent，即係話由以前到而家坐喺度都仲住緊喺嗰度，所以係 had spent his whole life here。記住唔可以用 has，因為咧你本身前面嗰個句子咧已經用開 past tense 咧，就一定只可以用 past perfect 嘅啫，就唔會用 present perfect 喺呢一個句子度㗎。He remembered that when he was small, he used to race。咩叫 used to race 咧？即係話咧係以前會咁做，而家唔會啦。He used to race his brother around the garden. If only he is able to live here forever。係啦，咁呢一個只係幻想話，即係如果佢可以喺度就好啦咁樣。跟住所以就用翻 simple present 啦。Only if he is able to live here forever， 即係如果佢係可以俾佢喺度住咧就好。But his father 乜嘢咧 ？And they were moving to a new area。咁呢一個咧就係，但係佢阿爸已經講咗啦嘛。佢意思係講咧，就係話佢喺坐嘅之前喺呢一刻咧，佢阿爸已經係 had spoken， 即係已經阿爸已經講咗俾佢聽。而家佢坐喺度係諗翻嘅啫，所以咧係 had spoken。任何時間，任何一個時間，一個發生嘅時間，比起一個 past tense 更加遠嘅咧，佢坐喺呢個窗邊嗰度嗰時，更遠嘅咧都需要用 past perfect 嘅。咁啊 ，but his father has spoken and they were moving to a new area. Mike knew he 乜嘢咧 ？He would 睇先 ，he 佢知道佢將會掛住間屋，所以呢個第六咧就係 he would miss。He would miss this house when he moved away。又或者其實都可以咧係 was going to miss 嘅，我細細隻寫喺度啊 ，was going to miss 都得，即係佢會即將會好明顯係會掛住呢間屋。When he moved away, as well as all his friends, even though they 乜嘢 him 乜嘢 even though they 乜嘢 often they 將會探佢咧，因為其實佢都未搬噶嘛，即係話佢啲 friend 將會探佢嘅。即係就算探佢，佢都會掛住呢間屋。When he asked his dad about a new school, Mike 乜嘢咧？人個 Mike 即係佢阿爸話俾佢聽。Mike was told that 其實有隱藏咗 by father，OK？By his father 或者 by his dad。咁啊隱藏咗喺呢度嘅。咁所以就 Mike was told that he would start a new term just like normal， 即係話呢間新學校咧，佢會係都係同以前一樣咧，都係會係即係開始一個新嘅一個 term， 即係新嘅一個學期。咁啊個對話咯喎 ，My dad 乜嘢 wrong in the past？Mike thought to himself。咁佢話即係阿爸從來都冇試過做錯嘢嘅。咁 that means 係乜嘢咧？佢而家喺呢一個 moment 就諗啦，就話。佢因為佢而家喺當時呢個唔可以喺呢條 timeline 嗰度，因為佢而家雖然係即係佢坐喺度，但係佢話當時佢已經有 quotation mark， 咁佢而家就喺度諗啦，就話乜嘢咧？阿爸從來由以前到而家一直都冇犯過錯處嘅喎，咁即係話呢件事咧係由以前一個 past 嘅 event 影響到現在都一直冇犯錯，咁所以咧就係 has not been 啦。由以前到而家都冇犯錯，唔係以前冇犯錯喎，係由以前到而家一直都冇犯錯處，即係唔會做錯嘅。咁所以咧 ，Mike thought to himself, so he would be a good son and help with the move， 就將會係做一個即係佢將會飾演係一個好嘅仔啦，就幫手搬屋啦。咁你都會見到，因為呢個 help 咧係一個 simple present， 咁呢個冇理由 so he was a good son 嘅。咁即係佢話將會啦，係啦，將會係做一個好乖嘅仔咧，然後幫手搬屋。到 suffix 啦 ，even though Mike didn't want to move, packing up all the boxes was quite enjoyable。咁發覺原來搬嘢都幾好玩啦。He had to be very careful moving some of the boxes because they contained breakable things， 即係可以整爛到嘅嘢。Mike's dad was a 乜嘢咧 ？person who plays the piano。pianist. And he wanted to take his huge piano to the new house. They had too many things to fit in their car, so Mike's dad had hired a driver. 即係請咗個司機啦 to take their things to the new house in a truck. Mike's mom had bought some fireworks to celebrate the new house, and she was being very sensible. 即係佢好理智啦 sensible with them because they were flammable. Flammable 咧即係意思咧係會着火嘅。And could catch fire easily. Mike's sister was a painter, 因為 a person who paints 就係 painter 啦。But they weren't moving her paintings because she had sold them to a collector, 即係一個收藏家。For lots of money, she had no idea the paintings were so valuable. Valuable 記住冇咗個 e 啦 ，drop 咗個 e， 跟住之後咧就變咗 able 啦。好啦，睇睇呢個 passive voice 啦。Soon after they moved in, Mike's parents made sure he 乜嘢 at a new school。咁樣咧就佢哋搬入去啦，咁就係佢係被登記 he was enrolled at a new school. It was a famous school, so Mike 將會被人教啦，因為其實係啱啱登記啫嘛，所以係 would be taught。點解用 would 咧？唔可以用 will 咧？你會見到，因為呢度一直都係用緊 simple past tense。And it was very big, also very big. So 跟住對話裏邊嘅噃，佢話 I 即係自己同自己講 I 乜嘢 by the school at first and not know where to go， 即係自己同自己講咧就話，我將會搞到亂晒㗎啦。咁因為對話即係自己心中嘅即係同自己講嘢咧，所以用翻現在式 I will be confused by the school at first and not know where to go。咁你會見到咧，呢個係一個對話，呢個係對話之內啦。咁而呢個即係唔係對話，即係佢內心嘅對話，即係自己同自己講。咁所以呢一句咧都係等於係用翻 simple present 啦。跟住之後 said Mike to himself as he wandered down corridors. When he arrived, Mike waited in the reception area because he 乜嘢 to wait for a teacher to show him around。咁即係話咧，佢喺個 reception 度等，因為人哋有之前同佢講咗咧，就係話要佢等一等先。咁所以佢就喺 reception 度等啦。咁呢件事咧，你又要睇翻啦。咁而家喺度，咁啊過去式咧就係佢而家喺度 wait。但係呢個嘅意思咧係講佢之前有人叫佢等一等啊。咁所以咧係之前已經叫佢噶啦，叫咗佢，即係喺呢個過去式嘅更遠嘅之前咧，已經有人叫佢等一等，所以咧係 had been told to wait for a teacher to show him round。He 乜嘢咧？咁個老師就同佢講，應該係話 he would be shown，who would be shown，he would be shown。To wait for a teacher, he would be shown the school playing fields, the music room, and the gym where, if he wanted, he 乜嘢咧？將會被一個人訓練啦 ，would be trained。Would be trained by a professional trainer. The school was very impressive， 即係 that means 係好令人印象深刻咁嘅意思啊呢個字。But Mike 乜嘢咧 ？How big it was？ 咁佢好驚啦，所以 Mike 咧係 was scared。因為咧你要見到呢個 was 啦，咁佢唔係之前嚇驚啊嘛，佢又覺得間屋即係間學校好大，咁佢好驚，咁係同一個時間都喺呢個 past 裏邊，即係佢等緊人哋之前會帶佢去，咁啊即係之前提過佢要去 reception 度等。跟住之後呢一度咧就係佢而家同一個時間都好驚，得唔得？即係喺呢個 past 嘅時空裏邊，咁所以 Mike it was scared by how big it was. How could he ever make friends? Luckily, he was given an older student to look after him. The older student was called， 即係依然都係處於一個過去嘅古仔，所以 was called Lina, and she was very nice. Once Mike 乜嘢咧 was introduced to her, they went for a walk around the school grounds. 咁呢一個咧，除咗 was introduced 之外咧，其實係可以用 had been introduced。點解咧？因為咧，你介紹即係人哋介紹，先介紹，後尾先至去 即係周圍行噶嘛。咁但係因為由於個時間都好即刻即係介紹完我哋帶你行下呢間學校啦，咁都好即刻發生嘅嘢咧，咁其實可以兩個咧都係用 past tense 都得嘅 passive 啦當然。咁但係如果用咗 past perfect 咧，就表達即係介紹咗一輪，然後咧佢先帶佢去周圍行啦。到 proofreading 啦 ，Mike and Nina went around the school by foot。by 當然係錯啦，英文係 on foot。by car、by bus、by train 全部都係 by， 但係咧一定係 on foot。And so are people 係眾數噶嘛，咁其實有兩個 option 啦，變咗係呢一個咧 a person 啦，將佢改，或者咧就查咗嗰個一係轉咗 a 就轉咗 some 啦，你可以轉咗佢啦。或者係直情唔要個 A 啦，都得。Mike wanted to 乜嘢 into the classroom 唔係 come 啦，係應該 go，因為佢係入去啊嘛，係咪？佢入去佢個班房。But Nina would not let him to open the door。咁記住咧 let 咧後邊咧係要加 bare infinitive 嘅。bare infinitive 點解咧？不變動詞，所以咧係會 let him open， 所以 to 咧係唔再寫嘅。She said she felt worrying， 應該係 she said she felt worried about him because there was lots of dangerous equipments。記住咧 equipments 咧呢個字咧係冇 s 㗎，同 information 啦，即係 information 啦，equipments 啦，呢啲字咧都係一啲 uncountable 嘅名詞，而唔會加 s 㗎。OK， 唔會有 s， 錯咗呢個。The students in the room studied hardly， 錯啦，應該係 studied hard， 即係好勤力嘅讀書。咁 hardly 咧係點解咧 ？hardly 咧係等於 seldom， 好少好少有咁嘅意思。譬如 he seldom， he hardly travels， 即係 that means 咧 he seldom travels， 即係好少去旅行。但係 study 咧就永遠都係只會接 hard 嘅啫。So they could get pass in their tests， 錯啦，呢個應該係 get a pass。Now they were allowed using， 呢個係 allowed 乜嘢啊？應該錯呢一個啦 ，allowed 後邊一定要 to use 嘅。記住呢個 allow 後邊咧係要加 to infinitive 嘅，即係 to 加不別to 呢個 to 嘅不別to 嘅 to infinitive 嘅詞語。咁所以咧就係 allowed to use the dangerous science equipment。The bell rang, so Mike had to go in his first class。咁係應該係 go to his first class 啦。好啦，接住呢一個 gerund 同埋 ing， 即係 gerund 即係等於 ing forms 啦。咁我哋睇下乜嘢 to his first class 咧？就佢因為佢而家開始上堂啦嘛，咁所以要 running 啦。Running to his first class, Mike thought he would be late， 因為佢話佢 late， 所以就要跑。But when he got there, the teacher was just about 啱啱開始去上堂 ，just about to start the lesson. He had made it on time， 即係 that means 緊及時啦。At first, Mike was embarrassed because 乜嘢 his 啦，因為咧用咗好耐時間，咁係 finding his seat took a long time。He would have 乜嘢 to class earlier next time. He would have to get 即係咧佢要咧去上堂啦，即係早啲去上堂就唔需要搞到咁急啦。跟住第5題啦，呢一度咧就會係到呢一度啦，就係話 Mike 跟住咧While the other students were getting their books from their bags, the teacher told Mike that because he was new, he was behind the other students. And in order to 即係佢話咧，佢慢過其他學生，所以咧 in order to 乜嘢咧，就係想追上佢哋啦 ，catch up. He would have to do a lot of work at home. Mike didn't mind too much. He liked studying. 即係佢好中意讀書啦，即係讀書作為一個 hobby。咁所以咧就係用 ing 嘅。咁記住啦，he likes to swim 啦。This afternoon 就係解乜嘢咧？就係話即係一次性嘅啫。咁樣，但係如果 he likes swimming 咧 he likes singing 咧，即係 that means 呢個係佢係一個 hobby， 佢成日都會咁做㗎。咁所以呢個咧佢話好中意讀書啦，應該 he liked studying。And he would enjoy doing work at home。enjoy 後邊咧係要用 gerund 嘅，係加 ing。呢個都係 like 後邊都係應該係加 ing 或者 to。The lesson was about history and the teacher considered， 即係佢喺度諗緊係咪要教啊 ？Considered teaching the class the Second World War。咁所以 consider 後邊都係要加 ing 嘅。Mike knew he would look forward to 乜嘢咧 ？To coming to this class。But he was still worried about making worry about 係 preposition 啦，所以後邊咧就要加 ing 啦 ，about making friends。好啦，接住啦，就到 relative pronouns 啦，我哋睇一睇啦。At lunchtime, Mike didn't know 乜嘢咧 ？He would go to make friends， 究竟去邊度啦？咁所以係 where 啦。He should go and meet new friends。Some children 乜嘢 were playing football in the playground. Invite him。咁樣咧就係有啲細路仔啦，應該係 who were playing football in the playground. Invite him。即係話咧，啲細路仔喺操場嗰啲咧，就而家喺度邀請，即係有邀請佢哋一齊玩啦。Mike knew 乜嘢 he liked football, so maybe he would join them later。呢個第三咧就係 knew that， 即係佢話佢咧其實係好中意足球啦。He knew that he liked football, so maybe he would join them later. Some other children were playing basketball。而呢一個運動咧係 was not the sport Mike usually played， 就係 which 係啦 which was not the sport Mike usually played, but they looked very friendly. Nina 乜嘢 had shown Mike around the school, was talking to her friends, but Mike saw that they were much older than him, so he might not fit in。咁因為Lena 就係嗰個之前介紹過嗰個即係嗰個 older students 啦，應該係 who 啦 ，Lena who had shown Mike around the school. Mike was still deciding number 6, whom he was going to approach。Whom 其實用 who 都得嘅，咁究竟係揾邊個咧？To approach 乜嘢啊？咩對呢個第7啦 ？When the bell rang， 即係話當咧個鐘響都唔知應該揾邊個。It was the end of lunchtime. He felt sad that he hadn't talked to anyone. He couldn't decide 乜嘢 group would like him the most， 即係佢唔能夠決定邊一組即係會中意佢。There was plenty of time to speak to new people, though. Mike thought to himself, this was a school 乜嘢 he would spend a few years, so he had to try hard。咁好啦，即係話咧喺呢間學校咧 ，where he would spend a few years, so he had to try hard。即係話咧佢將會過多即係好多年都會喺度啦，咁所以佢要努力啲識朋友啦。好啦，睇一睇啦呢一個。If Mike and his dad， 好啦 ，Mike's afternoon lesson was sport, but when he followed the other students into the changing rooms, he realized he didn't have any clothes for sport. If Mike and his dad， 即係話如果之前有去嘅咧 ，had gone to the shops the previous day, Mike would have had some sports kit。好啦，呢一個咧係 conditional 3啦，呢一個代表乜嘢啊？後悔，即係話咧，你要一邊就要用 past perfect 啦，另一邊就一定係 would have 後面加個 past participle， 一邊係 had， 一邊係 would have， 代表後悔。He spoke to the teacher who said that if anyone， 好啦，咁佢就話啦，邊個冇帶咧？咁佢話啦。帶呢件事係即係佢哋之前冇帶嚟啊，咁所以要用 past perfect 啦 ，had not brought。嗱，記住一樣嘢咧，你 said that 啦，好多時你複述句嗰陣時咧，都會係要用 past perfect 㗎，即係譬如 he said he said that he had put up the notice。嗱，因為最主要咧就係佢擺呢個 notice 係喺佢 said 之前啊，得唔得？即係呢一個係時間嗰條 line 啦，呢個係 past 就係佢呢個係 past perfect。咁呢一個咧係佢呢一度佢即係佢話啊嘛，而之前已經擺啦，咪 had put 咯。咁所以咧 said that if anyone had not brought 就所以要用 past perfect 啦。that they 乜嘢咧？佢話佢哋可以借，你可以用 could 啦，或者 would borrow。即係話，如果佢今日嗰日咧冇帶就可以借啦。咁當時就話 you will borrow 或者 you can borrow。但係咧，因為你複述咧，所以用過去式用 could 啦，或者 would。The school sports kit looked old and smelly。即係學校嗰啲運動衫好似好舊啦。But Mike did not refuse to， 即係佢冇拒絕啦。Did not refuse to wear it。He 乜嘢咧 ？He 佢咧就會係佢記得，即係佢咧佢一定要記住要帶啦。咁佢話佢會下個禮拜就帶啦。He would remember， 即係佢同自己講咧就話下個禮拜我要記得啦。咁呢件事因為都係發生喺過去嗰個情況，所以用 would 啦。He would remember to bring his own clothes next week. A boy said to Mike. If I 嗱呢個咧係假設性啦，呢個 conditional to 啦。If I were you，I would wear the sports kit。點解咧用 would 呢一句咧？呢一個 conditional to 咧就係話 that means 係唔可能嘅，係一個呢一個 situation 咧係 if I were you，I would wear the sports kit。呢一個咧係一個 conditional to 啦。咁而呢個 conditional to 咧係代表一個 impossible 嘅 situation。因為我冇可能係你噶嘛，即係嗰個男仔冇可能係 Mike， 咁所以 don't disobey the sports teacher because he is very mean. Mike smiled and thanked the boy for the advice. My name is Mike, he said. I'm new at this school. If you enjoy pizza, will you come to my house? 咁呢一個咧就係佢話你中意 pizza， 不如你過嚟我哋屋企啊咁樣。咁所以咧呢一個係一個conditional one， 即係 that means 係會有可能發生嘅，即係話你中意食嘅話，你過嚟啊咁樣。咁呢一個咧係一個 invitation， 係 possible 可能發生，所以係用咗 conditional one 嘅。咁而咧頭先嗰個咧就係 conditional two impossible。咁呢一度咧就亦都係有一句咧就係 If Mike and his dad had gone to the shops the previous day, Mike would have had some sports kit。呢一個咧就係 conditional three， 即係代表一個後悔嘅情況。咁啊3個 conditional 咧，我哋都包括喺呢個練習裏邊。咁見到咧呢一個咧係一個唔可能嘅，即係一個後悔嘅狀況。呢一個咧係代表唔可能嘅狀況。咁而呢一個係代表一個可能嘅，如果你接受邀請，我哋就會嚟我間屋啦，咁嘅一個 situation， 所以就係 conditional one 啦。好啦，接住 articles and nouns， 咁啊呢一個係點樣咧？就係 Mike met up with the boy， 因為之前即係頭先提及過嗰個啊嘛，咁啊 the boy after school and they walked home together. They decided to buy an ice cream and a drink to each, which were delicious. They could not eat too much before. 好啦嗱，平時咧，的確咧 ，lunch 啦、breakfast 啦，同埋 dinner 咧，前邊咧都唔應該係有呢一個a and the 嘅 a 啦或者 the 嘅 ，OK？ 咁啊，但係呢一個有啲 special， 因為咧你會見到呢個 that Mike's mom had made， 咁呢個係指明嗰一個 dinner， 所以咧係會係 before the dinner that Mike's mom had made because it would be rude to leave some food on the plate. Mike and Matthew talked about all kinds of things. They had a lot in common because they both liked football and watching TV. When they got to Mike's house, an old man waved at them. That's our new neighbor, Mike's mom said, "Is this a new friend of yours, Mike?" 咁佢問呢個係咪你嘅新朋友啊？咁所以係 a new friend，因為第一次提及啊嘛。跟住第9啦 ，I go to the same school as Mike， 因為指明嗰間學校啦，就 the same。We met today. Come inside, said Mike's mom。乜嘢 European 呢？嗱，正常 E 字頭咧就係應該係譬如好似 an elephant 咁啦。咁但係因為呢個係 U 音啊 European 啊嘛，係用 a European。咁英文咧就係除咗 a European 啦，例如 a useful 啦，都係用 a 啦。乜嘢咧？university 啦，都係因為個 U 音唔係你係加個 U 音。咁呢個 European 咧都係 U 音，所以咧你會發覺咧係用a European 就唔係用 an 嘅。好啦，接住啦 adjectives and adverbs 啦。When Mike's mom brought the food to the table, Matthew said it looked really nice and very tasty. That means 好好味啦。Mike's mom thanked him and said she was proud of it. She usually cooked food clumsily， 即係話咧，通常咩叫 clumsy 咧？即係好累贅嘅，即係好論盡。But this time everything was neat and tidy because her new job had long hours. She barely had enough time to cook anything. Mike liked Matthew because he was charming， 即係覺得佢咧好有魅力啦 ，and confident. Mike had enjoyed his first day at school immensely. Immensely 即係咧係極之極度好，極度享受。Because although he was scared at first, the school was a nice place and everyone was friendly. 即係個個人咧都好友善。And Mike was thoroughly impressed， 即係好徹底極之滿意啲老師啊。Although Mike thought moving to a new place would be scary， 即係會覺得係好可怕啦。He knew now that it would be very enjoyable， 即係其實都唔係啫，好即係都係一件好享受嘅事情，可以識啲新嘅人。